Hey guys, Pete here with GIS Solutions. Today I'm going to go over the QGIS Dashboard plugin for QGIS. This is an interactive dashboard builder that allows you to add all kinds of elements that will interact dynamically with your map. Stay tuned. Okay guys, so let's get started. So to begin with, I have a blank QGIS map project, and I'm going to add some very basic parcel layer data. So I'm going to navigate here to Layers, Add Layer, Add Vector Layer, and I'm going to go to my project folder, which I already established, called QGIS Dashboard. Under Data, I have this sample data. I'll go ahead and add that to my project here. And this data is basically some parcel numbers. More importantly, I'm going to be using this account type, which has residential, commercial, and exempt properties. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is add the QGIS Dashboard plugin. To do that, let's navigate up here to the top menu to Plugins, select Manage and Install Plugins. And be sure your defaulted for me was installed, but be sure you go up here to all so you can search everything that's not installed. So go ahead and type in dashboard, and you'll see this right here, QGIS Dashboard. And credit goes out to the folks who put this amazing plugin together. So let's go ahead and click Install Plugin. It shouldn't take too long. The message up here says that it was successful, and you can go ahead and close out of the window. And the icon is right here, QGIS Dashboard. Okay, before we do that, I'm just going to just kind of stylize my map here real quick. In the browser, I'm going to scroll down just a bit. Under my XYZ tiles, I'm going to use the Google Satellite. I'm just going to drag and drop that to my layers and just rearrange the order here real quick. And instead of using the default color here, I'm going to go ahead and double click onto the layer and go to my symbology. Instead of single symbol, I'm going to do categorized by that account type. And I'm going to classify that. I'm going to remove that guy right there. There's no data that's not classified. And as far as the symbol, I'm going to do a color ramp of blues. Add just a little bit of transparency and apply. Okay, so this looks a little better. Now let's go ahead and click onto the QGIS Dashboard plugin. As you can see, I have a couple projects I was working on before, but I'm going to go ahead and start a new one. So let's click on New Dashboard. Okay, so let's go and start by adding an element. And I want to start with the map here. And currently, you can see up here on the upper right, it's unlocked, which means that I can actually move an element around. But once I lock it, I can't move it, but I could interact with the element. So, and we'll be locking and unlocking as we go ahead and build this dashboard. Okay, so we have that. Let's go and add a chart. And again, you can move it around. You could also right click onto these elements. And when you do, you could configure them, connect them, change the appearance, or remove it altogether. So let's configure it. And this chart, we could change the title here. I'm going to say property type. and it is pointing to the layer. I just have one layer in my map. Otherwise, you could select other layers. By default, we have the bar graph. But there's all these other different types of graphs that you could, or excuse me, charts that you could use. And we will do the bar horizontal. The category field I want to choose is this right here, the count type. So you can see I have my residential, commercial, exempt, and industrial. And I just want the count opposed to the sum or mean. And this is looking pretty good so far, so I'm going to say OK. Again, I can right-click onto it, and I want to connect it to the map. So as I zoom around in the map, this will be dynamic. Click OK. In the tile appearance, I could change the colors here if I wanted to. I could change the font type and the size. Let's bring this out a little more here. And of course the colors. But for right now, I think this looks pretty good. You can spend a lot of time customizing these to really make them really pop. Okay, so again, if I lock this and I interact with the map, it's not working. Now again, if I lock this and I interact with the map element, you can see that this chart is now dynamic according to the data on my map. All right, so we'll unlock it and we'll add another element. This time let's add a list. And right-click it. You want to configure it. So what I want to show is like a tabular list of the properties that are currently in the map. So the ones that I would like to see are the count type, maybe the size, and maybe the count number. Okay, and I could just call the list, that's fine. Again, it's pointing to this layer that I'm using. And I could sort it by ascending or descending by default. I'll say OK. I want to connect it to the live map. And it looks like I missed one here, count type. Yeah. Okay, so let's give this a test. So again, I have to lock the dashboard here. And when I do that, yeah, it is dynamic to the map. Very good. Okay, so let's unlock it and we'll add another element here. Let's go and add a filter. So this, we could filter our data and have it work dynamically with these two elements here. So let's go ahead and right-click and click Configure. I'm going to change the title from Filter to Property Type. And again, the layers point to my only data source here. And the field I'm going to use is Count Type. I know it's confusing here. Count type and property type, in my case here, are one and the same. So sorry if that's a little confusing for you guys. Right-click again, the connection. I want to connect to the list and also to my my chart here. So I'm going to say OK. And again, I have to lock it, lock the dashboard, enable to interact. Now, if I click on exempt, I can see, hey, I have 8 counts, and here they are. Industrial properties have 3, and here they are. residential, or commercial, or all. So it's just another way to interact dynamically with my data here. I could also add, let's go and unlock an indicator. Indicator would just be like a summary of how many, in my case, parcels are being viewed here. So let's configure that. Let's call this parcel count. Okay, it's pointing to my one and only layer. I want to count opposed to a average, max, mean, minimum. I could do a custom expression if I wanted to, but I'm just going to keep this really simple. Click OK. So it looks like I have 163, which is correct. It's connected to the live map. So as I scroll in and navigate, this number will change, which I want. Right click the appearance. Again, this is very customizable. If I just change, I could change the background. Say I want that color. Say I want the value. Let's just have this as white. And parcel count. You could change the size. Oops, actually that's the wrong one. Top label. Let's see here. Let's go down a little more. The title. We want this one to be white. And let's make it bold. Let's make it centered. And, you know, we can change the size of this. You could do that here, or you could just do it right on the dashboard itself. But this looks pretty good. And one more thing, let's go and add, let's add an image. Let's go and add, I'm going to add my logo here. So let's connect. Oops. Sorry, it wasn't that. It was configure. So I want to browse to where I have that living. Okay, that looks good. Put that in there. Now, the really cool thing is, like, this is kind of jumbled up. So there's actually a little tool here where you could auto arrange, and then the dashboard will fit everything a little more neatly than I had originally. Okay, so let's go and lock this. And let's go and interact with the map, and you see that my parcel count is, in fact, changing, as well as my chart here, as well as my list. So this is just a very, very basic, simple way to get a very cool dynamic dashboard together. And again, I mean, the sky's the limit as far as how you could design it, make it look, how you can interact with it. But it's just a very, very cool tool or plugin here for QGIS. And again, the folks who put this together just did an amazing job, and credit goes out to them. And of course, saving is always a very good idea. There's an icon down here where you can save your dashboard. And I have it in my project folder. I'm just going to call it page 3. Oops. And click on save. And of course, if I go back to my main page here, I can see it right here, page 3. Say OK. And there are a couple other settings you could alter. You could click on this gear icon down here on the bottom left. You could change the background altogether, the color, default colors and texts and chart colors. You could do all that. You could also change the overall canvas. Right here, this is the default, but if you wanted to make that even larger, you could do so. You could do some other fine-tuning of these elements here. So it's just really an amazing plugin here. If you guys have any questions about this, by all means, please leave a comment down below. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I encourage you to hit subscribe, and just so you're always up to date on any of my latest videos that come out. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.